myself. Might not have to see the glory of the cup and of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real weapons be real to sell. Might not have to see the glory of the cup and of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help.
All you guys are like wrong there, wealthy. Like Kanye West says, having money is not everything, not having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. It's the love of money that's you don't like money so much, why you get up and go to work? Yes, I do. There are other things that are ridiculous. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, H Cortez.
Good morning, Black world, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be coming to you live and direct from the Monetize My Life Academy studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. Guys, if you are looking for ways to monetize your life, you got these passions, you got these dreams, you got these goals, you got these things that you do better than most, but you haven't figured out how to turn them into income, then you need to subscribe to Monetize My Life Academy. Go to www.monetizemylifeacademy.com. Got some really cool stuff for you. It's $47 a month. To subscribe, you get my $97 course on brand building basics when you subscribe, and I have tons of information on that site. And what we do is each week we do a live stream Q&A to help you monetize your life. So inside our private Facebook group, you can ask questions all week. I will take those questions, compile them. We'll do a live stream. I'll answer those questions and then answer any question line, give you some tips and pointers. There is an exclusive Monetize My Life Academy blog where I'll be giving you tips throughout the week as well. So if you're trying to figure out how to transform some of your passions into profits, Monetize My Life Academy is the place for you. So check that out at www.monetizemylifeacademy.com. I've also have the Monetize My Life Academy Mastermind. If you want me to hold your hand and build your brand from scratch, you can learn more about that over at monetizemylifeacademy.com as well. Do me a huge favor, if you're checking this out on Periscope, then go ahead and share this with your followers. If you're checking this out on YouTube, go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and go ahead and copy the link and share it on your favorite social media timeline. If you are checking this out on Facebook, which Facebook has changed some things, and I promise I cannot express how much they have thrown off my setup here. With I can't do my videos landscape anymore. I can only do them portrait, and I don't like that. See all this head space that I got up here? I don't like that. The other thing is when I do my videos landscape, the way my setup was, right? My two cameras were side by side, so I can look right here, and it looks like I'm looking at Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Now my camera is up here for Facebook, and my camera is down here for YouTube, so I have to constantly be doing this. I don't like that. So if you get a hold of your boy Mark Zuckerberg, tell him to stop changing stuff, man. I guess you can't, right? He owns it, so that's what happens when you don't own and control. You can't dictate anything, right? So if you see me looking up and down and up and down, that's because of the way I have to figure out a new setup for my studio here to get things to be more user friendly for me. But at any rate, also hit the likes, the thumbs up, the shares. That means something in Facebook world. That tells them that you are serious about the content that we're presenting, and if you engage with it, they'll push it out to more and more people. Also, check this out, new shirt. What you guys think about this? Let me get up a little bit more for YouTube, right? I am hustle. See, for some people, hustle is what y'all do. Now, for me, hustle is what I am, right? I am hustle. If you want to get rid of one of these shirts, then inbox me and I will give you the details on the I am hustle line of shirts. But again, the likes and the comments and all that kind of stuff, that means something in the world of Facebook. And just for those of you who are new, if you are new, I want to let you know exactly who this show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only, man. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something, then this is your show. This show is for legacy builders, man. If you are about building a legacy for you and your family, this is your show. Every night before I lay down, man, I'm saying to myself, what am I going to do today, tomorrow, next month, next year to make sure my children's children are proud to bear my last name? See, Dame Dash said it right, man. He said, I don't hustle for my first name. Don't let me go into my Dame Dash rant. I hustle for my last name, man. The day is going to come when you see the name Thornton across some high rise, when you see the name Thornton on some media outlet in some magazine, and it's going to be synonymous with wealth. It's going to be synonymous with success. It's going to be synonymous with greatness, right? That's why I do what I do. I'm going to leave a mark on this world and not a stain, right? So if that's you, this is your show. On the other hand, if you're the type of person who's got a problem for every solution, this ain't your show, man. If you're looking for a handout instead of a hand up, this is not your show. If you got a problem with money, this ain't your show. If you don't put money in its proper perspective, it's very easy to repel money away from you instead of attracting it to you. So you might want to get that thing right. And like I tell you each and every morning, you've never seen a billionaire before, then I want you to take a screenshot and watch me work. Better yet, you might want to get in the game with me so I can help you and we can race to $1 billion together. So today we're talking about what to do when you're feeling stuck. What to do when you're feeling stuck. Give me put stuck in the comments if you have ever in one point in your life felt like you were stuck. Put stuck in the comments if you have ever at one point in your life felt like you were stuck. Some of you guys put stuck now if you feel like you're stuck right now, right? Some of you guys are feeling stuck right now. Some of you guys have gone through this before. I've definitely gone through this where you just feel stuck. It's like, man, what? I'm just in this place and I'm spinning my wheels and I can't move forward. I can't move backwards. I'm just stuck. Some of you guys have felt that way and you got out of it. Some of you guys are feeling that way right now. And the first thing I want to tell you that it is okay. We've all been there. We've all been there. So I was checking out some stuff online and I ran across some of this information. I said, man, this would be great to share with my folks. Sabrina says she's stuck right now. Ivy says she's stuck right now. Giovanni says she's been stuck before. Okay, good, good, good. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about 10 things to think about. I got this from the Law of Attraction YouTube channel, right? 10 things to think about when you're feeling stuck. And then my girl Bayana Hewley gave me some tips on what to do to overcome the feeling. And we're going to talk about 5 steps that you can actually take when you're feeling stuck to get out of that rut. We're going to talk about 10 things to think about when you're in that place. And then we're going to talk about 5 things to actually do to get out of that place, right? Usually, number one, when you are feeling stuck, it's usually the number one indicator that it is time for some sort of change in your life. Feeling stuck is usually the number one indicator that there at some point that you're in a place in your life where it is time for change, right? That's number one. So if you're feeling stuck, chances are it's time for change and you are not quite ready for it. You're not fully willing to make the change. But if you're feeling stuck, chances are it's time for a change. And the reason you get this feeling of stuck is because you're trying to resist that change, right? Trying to resist that change. Number 2, small steps. These are things that you can remember when you're feeling stuck. Number 2, remember that small steps are still progress. Small steps are still progress, right? And if you guys have not already shared the show, go ahead and hit the share button for me real quick. Sometimes we are moving in the right direction, albeit we're taking small steps, and we're not, and sometimes we don't see that as progress. I want you to remember that small steps are still progress. Small steps are still progress. You can take small steps and keep moving in the right direction. That's still progress, even though it feels like you're still stuck, right? So if you're stuck and you move an inch, guess what? That's still progress, right? You move 2 inches, that's still progress. You move 2 feet, that's still progress, right? Remember that small steps are still progress. Number 3, this is a big one. You got to remember this, man. This is a big one. You can move forward even though you don't know every doggone thing. That is one of the biggest misconceptions that keep more people stuck, that keep more people stagnant, that keep more people in their same position, that keep more people from growing, that keep more people standing still, is the need to know everything before they make a move. It's the need to know everything before they make a move. And if you are spiritual at all and you serve a higher power, you have to understand, at least for me, that ain't the way my God operates. It's just not the way that my God. If my God operated and gave me every step on the front end, then there would be no need for me to trust him and exercise faith. That ain't the way my God operates. He said, I'm going to show you one step, and when you take that one step, I'm going to show you the next one. You said you want to go to this place. I'm going to take you to this place, but I'm going to show you one step at a time. Sometimes he said, you said you want to go to this place. I have an idea in my head on how I'm supposed to get there. And he starts taking me through all these valleys. I'm like, hey, God, this don't look like the way I should go, right? Reminds me of Eddie Murphy in Raw, right? When he wanted an egg McMuffin and or he wanted a hamburger, and his mom said, okay, you want a hamburger? I'm not getting you no McDonald's. I'm gonna take you home. I'm gonna make you a hamburger. And she pulls out the hamburger meat. She started putting eggs in it and all that stuff. And he's like, that ain't how you make no hamburger. You make an egg McMuffin, right? Sometimes we don't have to know everything. The way my God works is he will show me one step, and if I trust him enough to take that one step, he will reveal to me the next step and the next step. Sometimes he wants me, I want to go to a certain location. He says, yes, I'm going to take you there, but the way he takes me, the route he chooses to get me there, I'm thinking to myself, this ain't how you get downtown, Lord. But he's taking me a scenic route because there's some things that I need to learn and be prepared for when I show up downtown that I didn't know about. But in his omniscient state, he knows exactly what he's doing. So I just have to trust. So remember, you don't need to know everything before you make a move, y'all. Some of y'all are standing in the same place today that you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because you're trying to figure everything out before you take a first step. Sometimes you won't even take, or you won't figure out the next step until you take the first one. Things to remember when you're feeling stuck. Things to remember when you're feeling stuck. Number 4, nothing changes if nothing changes. These are things to remember when you're feeling stuck. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It don't get any more simple than that. Nothing changes if nothing changes. The 10 things to remember when you're feeling stuck. And then we're going to go over 5 things to help you overcome, right? What are we on? Number 5. Understand this. Sometimes new beginnings can feel like endings. Sometimes new beginnings can feel like endings. And that's okay. And most times they should feel like endings. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. New beginnings can feel like endings. So don't be surprised when you get this feeling like, something is coming to an end when something else is brought forth to life. Better know that. Better know that. Number six. Number six. Beautiful things can happen when you remove negativity from your life. Beautiful things can happen when you remove negativity from your life. When I tell y'all that I have such a low tolerance for negativity, I mean, I just can't stomach it, man. It just it just makes me sick, man. It just makes me sick. Right? I have a low tolerance for negativity, and part of that is because I've seen what the transformation that has happened in my life when I surround myself with nothing but positivity. Right? I've seen where that can go. I've seen how I've seen the beautiful things that can happen when you remove negativity from your life. So I don't want to see no parts of nothing negative, man. I don't want no negative Nancy's around me. No, man. Yeah, like my man Terrence Hill, keep it positive. Period. That's it. Keep it positive. Remember, beautiful things can happen when you remove negativity from your life, right? Here's another good one. These are things to remember when you find yourself feeling stuck. And then we're going to talk about some things that you can actually do, right? Believe what your heart says, not what other people say. Believe what your heart says and not what other people say. Huh? Believe what your heart says and not what other people say. See, you have to develop, you guys, some of you guys heard my rant yesterday. You have to develop the I don't give a damn gene. See, some people were born with it and some people have to develop it. I wasn't the one who was born with it. I had to develop it, right? You have to stop giving a damn about what everybody else thinks or says, but more importantly, stop giving a damn about what you think everybody is going to think or say. Because contrary to popular belief, people are so bogged down with day-to-day life and dealing with their own issues, they ain't thinking about you. They ain't talking about you behind your back. They ain't plotting, planning, and strategizing to stop you. Man, people are trying to deal with their own stuff. And those that are what we call petty people. And why on earth would you give petty people any attention whatsoever? Believe what your heart says and not what other people say. Develop the I don't give a damn gene, which means I don't give a damn what other people might think. I don't give a damn what other people might say. But in order to develop the I don't give a damn gene, you actually have to start giving a damn. You give a damn about your legacy. You give a damn about your family. You give a damn about your financial situation. You give a damn about the things that you can control. I can't control what somebody else thinks or how someone else feels about me. So why am I giving a damn about that? You give a damn about the things that you can control. And by default, you stop giving a damn about everything else that don't matter. Believe what your heart says and not what other people say. Number 8, and Andre Hatchett was a little ahead of me. He already said, stop overthinking, right? Stop overthinking. What happens will happen. Stop overthinking every single decision or choice. And really, if you're overthinking, that usually means you've never decided to do anything. If you're overthinking, that means you've never decided to do anything. If you have to make a choice every time you turn around, it's usually because you've never made a decision in the first place. See, I've decided to be a billionaire. So I don't have to choose whether or not I'm going to do certain things that come along with being a billionaire. I've already decided. So for me, I don't have a choice but to get up and do this show every morning, because that's part of me building a media conglomerate that will propel me to billionaire status. See, I've decided to be a billionaire, so I don't have a choice but to build wealth in a certain way. So I don't have to think about whether or not I should be building my business, whether or not I should be investing, whether or not I should be trying to get out of debt. No, those are choices for most people. For me, they are not choices. I don't have a choice to do that stuff because I've already decided to be a billionaire. I don't have to choose whether or not I'm going to read a book today because billionaires are readers. So that I don't have a choice to read because I've already decided. See, the word decision is the opposite of the word incision. Incision means to cut in, decision means to cut away. I've cut away all the bull that's not going to get me to be a billionaire. So when I've decided to be a billionaire and I start studying books like this, my man Evan Jefferson, when I decided to be a billionaire, I started studying billionaires, and billionaires do certain things. So I've decided to be a billionaire. That means I don't have a choice but to do the things that billionaires do. Some of you guys are making a choice every time you turn around because you've never made a decision. So Evan Jefferson laid out how these 12 people made their billions. So I study billionaires. And when it says that Michael Jordan built a killer brand off of the things that he was good at, then I don't have a choice but to build a killer brand. I don't have to think about should I or should I not build a killer brand. Oprah built a killer brand in the media, in the space of media. I don't have to think about should I try to build a killer brand in the space of media. This is what billionaires have done. So I don't have a choice but to do what they've done. Stop overthinking things, right? Number 9, we're talking about 10 things that you have to remember if you find yourself feeling stuck. And then I'm going to give you 5 steps to get unstuck. 10 things to think about when you're feeling stuck. And I'm going to give you 5 steps to get unstuck. Number 9, remember this, guys. What's meant to be will be. What's meant to be will be. And it will happen at the right time, the right moment, and in the right way for you. What's meant to be will be. Some of us are struggling because we're trying to force fit everything. Some of us are struggling because we're trying to force fit everything. And yes, that thing is going to happen for you, but might not be the right time. So if it's meant to be, it will be in the right time. Just keep pressing forward towards the mark. If you try to put it into the space and it don't fit today, that's okay. Pull it out. Don't antagonize. I mean, and don't feel anxiety and go into an anxiety attack because this ain't fitting in your life today. If it's meant to be, it'll happen, and it'll happen in the perfect time and the perfect space, and you'll know exactly when the time is right. You stop trying to put something in that spot? No. You test it out. Hey, but what you don't do is stress out over it. Oh man, I said I'm gonna be a billionaire by 2027. It's 2028, and I ain't made it happen yet. Oh man, I wanted my business to be at a certain level at this point, and it ain't happened yet. All you do is keep pressing towards the mark. If it's meant to be, it will happen in due season. In due season, right? So, word says, be anxious about nothing, man. Be anxious about nothing. So, what's meant to be will happen in the right time, in the right space, in the right way for you. These are the 10 things that you should remember when you're stuck. No, your best is yet to come. And I want y'all to realize the power in that statement. I really want you to start believing it. I really want you to get this deep in your to come. Why is that so powerful? Think about this. Some of you guys have already had some amazing accomplishments in your life already. I married the most beautiful girl in the world. But when you start to think about that your best is yet to come, wait a minute. You're telling me that I've done some amazing things already in my life, and yet still the best is yet to come? Wait a minute. I've had 5 beautiful sons, right? Married a beautiful lady who takes really good care of me. Built an amazing business, have an amazing group of people around me, doing some amazing things in my community, mentoring. And you're telling me that the best is yet to come? So you have to believe that with everything that is in you, because what that does, it keeps you from becoming complacent. So when I look back, I say, yeah, all of that stuff was good. But internally, I'm telling myself, without being boastful, without being prideful, I'm telling myself, I ain't even scratched the surface yet. The original Batman when Michael Keaton played Batman back in the day. One of the first Batman movies they put on a big screen, right? And when I just said that, when I'm thinking about that, there was a scene in that movie where the Joker said, "Wait till they get a load of me." See, when I look back at the things that I've accomplished and how far I've come, yes, I have a sense of pride and a sense of accomplishment, and I feel good about that. But I'm telling myself, as I'm looking forward, I ain't even scratched the surface yet. Wait till they get a load of me, right? Wait till they really get a load of me. So you have to keep that in your head in proper perspective so that you don't find yourself getting complacent. Because that's one of the things that could find you in getting stuck, is you feel like you've accomplished it all. No, the best is yet to come. Right? So take somebody like President Barack Obama, who's been president of the United States of America. He should be telling himself right now, the best is yet to come. Or else he can find himself getting complacent. He can find himself fading to black. Right? I don't care what you've accomplished. I'm not saying diminish any of those accomplishments. I'm saying, yes, that stuff was great. While I was trying to achieve that stuff was up here on 10. Now that I've achieved that stuff is down here on 1, because it lets me know I can achieve 10 times greater. So you got to continue to press towards the mark. How do you get unstuck? Some of you guys put in the chat that you feel like you're stuck right now. How do you get unstuck? How do you get unstuck? 5 ways. 5 ways. Yeah, I think I got 5 down here. Looks like 6, but maybe it's 5. Number 1, if you're going to get unstuck, the first thing you have to do is be stuck. Wait a minute, H Cortez, you done lost your doggone mind. You done told me I got to get unstuck. Now you're telling me the first thing I got to do to get unstuck is to be stuck. Yep. You can never leave a place unless you first arrive. You can never leave a place unless you first arrive. So the first step to getting unstuck is to actually be stuck. This book is The Black Billionaires Club, How They Built Their Wealth by Evan Jefferson, founder of the New Black Wall Street. The Black Billionaires Club, How They Built Their Wealth by Evan Jefferson. You can go to ergj.net, or you can go to look up Evan Jefferson on Facebook. You guys, somebody put the name of the bookstore, ERGJ Black Bookstore on Facebook. It's a Facebook page. You can go buy this book right from his bookstore, right? The Black Billionaires Club, How They Built Their Wealth. So the first thing you have to do to get yourself unstuck is to be stuck. You can never leave a place till you first arrive. See, some of you guys are stuck, but you're not willing to admit you're stuck. Therefore, you'll never do what you need to do to get unstuck. So be stuck. I'm stuck in this place right now. Identify the place that you are stuck in and how you got there. So now you can devise an exit strategy. Some of you guys are stuck in life. You got a sense that you're stuck right now, but you are refusing to admit that you're stuck. It's okay. We've all been there. If you're stuck, the first thing to do to get unstuck is to be stuck. Admit that you're stuck and identify the place that you are stuck and how you got there so you can develop an exit strategy. You can never leave a place unless you first arrive. So be stuck. Okay, I'm stuck in this place in my business. I'm stuck in this place in my life. I'm stuck in this place in my relationship. I'm stuck in this place on my job. Okay, cool. You admitted it. How did you get there? Okay, I got there because I took my foot off the gas. I got there because I stopped talking to people and stopped promoting and stopped marketing my business. I got there because I didn't take on any new assignments at the job. I got there because I stopped dating my spouse, right? How did you get stuck? And when you can reverse engineer how you get stuck, you can get yourself unstuck. But the number one thing to get yourself unstuck is to first be stuck. Okay, I'm in this place. I'm looking around. I realize how I got there. Now let me develop an exit strategy. Number two, one of the things that you can do to get yourself unstuck is to learn something new. Learn something new. See, when you are going through and doing the same things and you're not putting any new information in, your brain literally starts to cut neural pathways, literally. Because I don't know if you guys realize that your body is the most efficient machine ever created. It doesn't waste an ounce of breath. It doesn't waste an ounce of energy. It doesn't waste an ounce of thought process. Nothing, man. Your body, the human body, is the most efficient machine ever created. When you think about taking normal breaths, do you take in more oxygen than you need, or do you take in just enough? You think about opening your eyes. My eyes right now are open just enough to see what I need to do right here, right now. Could I open them wider? Sure, but that takes extra effort and extra energy, and this body of mine is so freaking efficient that it's not going to waste an ounce of extra energy. So if you're not learning anything new, your brain says, hey, there's nothing new coming in to process, so why are we wasting blood and oxygen, sending oxygen to these neural pathways when we don't have any new energy or new information coming in? So let's cut that. Let's cut that one. Let's cut that one. It's not in use. Let's cut that one. Let's cut that one. Let's cut that one. So your brain has the capacity to grow as large as you want it to, or if you don't give it any new information, then it will start to shrink. because your body is trying to be efficient. Say, hey, we don't need to keep growing this thing called a brain because that's going to require more energy to keep it running. If this being is not using that much of their brain, let's cause it to shrink. So we can feed less energy to it. It takes less energy to keep it running. Now we can divert that energy to some other place. So learning new things can help open your mind to getting yourself out of the rut that you're stuck in. That was number 2. Number 3, change your routine. Change your routine. If you get up and do the same thing every day, your routine is the same. I roll out of bed, pick up my phone, check my emails, pick up my phone, check my text message, check my thing, roll into the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, hop in the shower, wash my hair, whatever. If you're trying to change or get out of being unstuck, then maybe you need to change your routine. How about this? Roll out of bed, instead of picking up your phone, go straight to the door, funky breath and all, and go for a walk. And just hope that the neighbors ain't out there walking and they want to have a conversation with you. Right? Change your routine. When you change your routine, you see new things. You see new things, you get new ideas. Changing your routine could be good for you. Some of you guys are stuck in a rut because you've been in that same routine for 5, 10, 15 years. Change your routine. You have to be conscious to do this. Change your routine. Nope, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to go, instead of doing push-ups today, I'm going to do sit-ups. Instead of doing push-ups today, I'm going to go run. Right? Change your routine. Instead of having coffee today, I'm going to have a 24 ounces of water. Change your routine. Number four, we're talking about getting yourself from unstuck. These are practical steps that you can take. Get still and activate your pineal. Get still and activate your pineal through meditation. Right. So I got this from Brianna Hewley. I'm actually going to share with you the YouTube video that she uses a specific form of meditation to activate her pineal gland. So I'm going to share that in the comments here when I'm done. I'm going to post that link. It's really cool. And one of the things she talked about is when you get still, you might have to go on a media fast. Because one of the things that you are struggling with to get unstuck, and this has happened to me when I felt stuck, you are bombarded with so many ideas from all of these other sources that it's really clouding your judgment, right? It's really drowning out the sound of your heart, right? When we said one of the things that you should think about is to listen to your heart and not other people. Well, when you are, your heart is being drowned out, you won't be still, you can't hear it. You can't hear it. See, the voice of God is very still and he does not scream and shout. The voice of God is very still and he does not scream or shout. We just keep whispering to you the same instructions, the same tips, the same clues, the same everything at the same level of volume. But if you got too much junk going on in your life, you can't hear him. And that's not his fault. So you have to be serious about finding time to get still so you can listen to your heart. And your heart is telling you that you need some change in your life and here's what we need to change, but you're not listening because you got all of this chaos in your life. Get still. Get still. Yeah, get still in nature will change all kinds of things. Get still. So you can listen to your heart. Listen to that little voice inside that guides you. Go on a media fast. Say, I'm not, Facebook is down, Twitter, Instagram, all of that stuff is down, TV is down, Netflix is down, cell phone is down. I'm gonna go 24 hours and I'm just gonna do my best throughout the course of the day to remember to get still, to think on the things that I should be thinking on, to think on why I'm so afraid of this change, to think on, to listen to that quiet, still voice that is guiding me in a direction that I'm resisting. All right, we're talking about the 5 things that you can actually do to get yourself unstuck. Number 5, change your environment. Right? So some of us have a routine of we go and we eat at the same places, we go and hang out with the same people, we go to the same types of movies, we read the same types of books. We everything is the same, man. Different titles, different authors, yeah, different actors in the movies, but it's the same stuff. Challenge yourself to do something very different, to get outside of that environment and to go into a different environment. Yeah, that environment that scares you to death, right? The one that scares you to death. My man, Dr. Lance McCarthy, we were on the panel doing some discussion at a church here recently, and he talked about the simple fact that most people, especially Black people, we will relax and do the relaxing and enjoyment things in the same way. He said we will go to a club, same club that we normally go to, pay money to get in, pay money to have some drinks, to have a good time, to dance and party, to socialize, and we do that religiously, and we get stuck in that routine. And he said on the other side of town, there's an art show. There is a benefits gala where it's free to get in, the drinks are free, the food are free, and you get to associate with some new people, but you're scared to cross town because you are afraid of change. So you get out of your own routine, get out of your own way, and change your environment. Look for that environment that is completely opposite of the environment that you're currently in. Right? If you're just joining the show, go ahead and hit the share button for me and get the show out. Look for that environment that is completely opposite of what you normally do. And try that. Try that. Look at taking classes and workshops and things that you've always been interested in, but you've never done. Chances are that's where your change, and that's where getting unstuck comes from. Right? Take a workshop. You've always wanted to sew. Well, go take a sewing class. You've always wanted to design. Well, go take a design class. You've always wanted to be in film. In every city, in every state, there's always a local a library, a local community college that offers free classes on media, film, production, that kind of stuff. Go learn something new. Change your environment. Switch it up, man. Put the hip stuff on the shelf. Change. Stop running from and being afraid of change. Because that's why you're stuck. That's why you're stuck. So 5 things that you can do to get yourself unstuck. Number 1, be stuck in the first place. If you're finding yourself stuck, then be stuck. It's okay to admit that you're stuck. Identify where you're stuck, how you got there, why you're stuck, so you can devise a plan to get yourself unstuck. Number 1. Number 2, learn something new. Take a class, a workshop, invite some friends over and say, hey, we're going to have a different conversation tonight. You're not going to come over and talk about the same stuff. Bring a book. We're going to read something different. Maybe you invite some friends over and they say, let's talk about how to be unstuck, right? Change your routine. Number 3, change your routine. If you're in a rut, chances are you're doing the exact same thing, the exact same way every single day. Monday through Friday, it's the same routine. Get up, go to work, it's the same routine. On the weekends, it's the same routine. Go to the grocery store, get my hair done. It's the same routine. On Sundays, get up, go to church, go get a bite to eat, come home, relax, prep for Monday. It's the same routine. Switch it up. That could be the very reason that you are stuck. Number 4, get still. Get still so you can hear that tiny little voice that's trying to guide you. Listen to your heart, what your heart says, and not what other people say. But I promise you, you can't listen to your heart if the sound of your heart is being drowned out by a bunch of chaos in your life. Get some order to your life. Some order to your life. Number 5, don't be afraid to change your environment. Get around some new people, right? We are in a state where if just for instance, if I'm a Christian, then I can't go anywhere where Muslims are because I'm not secure enough in my Christianity where if they challenge my Christianity, I don't want to be around anybody who's got a different belief than me. If I'm a Democrat, I can't go around Republicans because they have a different belief. That's how you stay stuck. If you are only communicating with those who are in agreement with you, then you are missing half your world. You should be in constant communication with those who have opposing views because that's how you learn. That's how you grow. So look for places and things that are completely opposite of things that you would normally do and go do them and find a way to enjoy them. Get yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. I've learned to I've learned to embrace that awkwardness of being uncomfortable. Thanks. I see the purple hearts on Facebook. Periscope. I've learned to love that awkwardness of being uncomfortable. Right? Are you comfortable being uncomfortable, or will you never put yourself in an uncomfortable position because you don't like that feeling? Guys, that feeling that you don't like, that awkwardness, they have a word for it. You know what it's called? It's called growth. See, there's safety and security in the comfort zone, but nothing ever grows there. That awkward feeling that you feel when you are outside of your comfort zone and you feel that all eyeballs are on you because you're in a place that you're not familiar with, that's called growth. It's similar to the awkward feeling that my young athletes go through when I'm training them and I'm pushing them to go beyond their normal realm of exercise. I'm pushing them to stretch their muscles beyond that normal place. And they come back and they say, Coach, I'm sore. I can hardly lift my arms. You know what that awkward place is, that awkward feeling, that discomfort feeling? There's a word for it. It's called growth. And the question is, when you get to that place and you feeling awkward like that, do you continue to run to that place or do you run from that place? I have kids who will come and see me and they will train with me, and I will get them to the place where they go to where when they train themselves, they go right up to the line of where they think their limit is. If you only stretch yourself to the limit, you never grow. So when they come here, I have to push them over their limit so that they can grow. But then because that discomfort of being sore like that cause some of them to not come back. But the other ones who are experiencing extreme growth, they have gotten to that place and they say, Coach, I need to keep going there. I need you to keep going me beyond my limits. See, your body is designed, it is made up of a bunch of living organisms. right? That's why it's difficult for someone to kill themselves, because all of the living organisms in your body is trying to live. So if you try to do something and harm yourself, I can hit my hand on this table all day, but trust and believe, I'm only going to hit my hand as hard as I'm physically able to withstand that pain. Somebody else can come take my hand and hit my hand on this table and smash my fingers all up. So what you have to do is you need somebody in your life to push you beyond what you think your limits are. When I train, I push the kids beyond. They will go to their limits, and that's where I begin. And we push it beyond those limits, and we stretch them beyond those limits, because when you stretch a rubber band beyond its limits, then it never goes back to its regular size. Same thing, when you get yourself outside your comfort zone and you get beyond your limits, you will never go back to being the same person. It's called growth. Yeah, when you are awkward and ask for help, people will pour into your life with great measure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you have to change your environment and be willing to accept change. Some of us know we need to change and know we need to fight. Right. Last analogy, and we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Some of you guys have realized that I had some. Right. Let me show you guys something real quick. So I don't know how well you can see these, but these are black beans from my garden. They are black beans from my garden, right? This black bean will stay in this state forever. This black bean is actually a seed, will stay in this state forever unless it gets in the right circumstances, in the right environment. See, some of you guys have been pushed and beat up and bounced around like a pinball, and you have found yourself in the state of being a seed, right? And you've been in the same state for a long time. You are just a seed. And what you have to realize is that you can stay in this seed state forever. Until you die, you can stay in this seed state. But in order for this seed to bring forth a new life and produce more black beans, it has to go into the ground in the right environment. Then it has to literally die. Everything around this seed is going to rot and die in order for new life to emerge. Life has created and transformed you into a seed. And there is a new life waiting to birth from you. But because you are not willing to let the old you die, the new you can never be born. Because you are running from those environments that will cause the old you to die, the new you will never be born. So if you're feeling stuck, chances are because it's time for you to change. You're not going to change if you don't change your environment. Water of life, the rain, come down and activate your seed. When that seed is activated, it starts to die. And the first thing that when that seed germinates, that seed actually goes down first before it comes up. It sends its roots down first before it sends its shoot up. So sometimes if you don't understand how growth happens and it looks like you're going down, that's just you sending roots into the earth that's going to stabilize you and help sustain you, and it's going to give you the grip that you need so that you can support the tree that's about to break forth. It's about to explode through. When I put this seed in the ground, it's going to die. It's the outside, the outer parts is going to rot. Bacteria is going to cause it to rot. And what it's doing is breaking down everything except the core of the seed is going to become food for the plant to eat. It's going to become food for the plant to eat. So it starts to break down, starts to die, starts to rot. Then it's going to send a shoot down. It's going to send the roots down first to anchor it, and then it's going to send the shoot up. So when you're going through change and people start dropping out of your life and it looks like your life is going down first, that's a good thing. You're going down to anchor yourself because you're about to send a shout out, about to shoot up out of the ground, right? I said that was the last analogy. Let me give you one more. There is a strain of bamboo that if you plant it, it literally appears that it won't grow for 3, 4, 5 years. Nothing happens, just nothing. It appears that nothing's happening, right? Nothing. But when it finally breaks forth, it has developed such a massive root structure that it grows so fast that sometimes you can literally hear it growing. Some of you guys have been put into the ground and there's nothing happening on the surface, but you're developing such a massive root structure that when you do break ground and start your upward ascent, you're going to grow so fast that people can literally hear you growing. I forget the particular strain of bamboo, but it grows underground, just develops this massive root structure for 3, 4, 5 years sometimes. When it finally starts to grow, it grows so freaking fast that you can literally hear it growing. But unless it finds itself, unless a seed finds itself in the right environment, the right amount of moisture, the right amount of minerals and nutrients in the ground, the right depth, it will stay in this state forever. The reason I change my environments, to change my circle, because I'm constantly testing the soil, the ground, the environment. I need to get in the right environment so that the seed can start to germinate, so that I can break forth and I can allow the old me to die so the new me can come to life. This seed, this is some of you. This seed is sitting on the table. That seed will sit on the table and never germinate and sit on that table forever. But here's the beautiful thing about the way God designed that seed, the way He designed that seed. Is when's and never, right? I had a friend who would say when's and never when he meant to say whenever. When's and never that seed, no matter how long it's been sitting there, when's and never that seed finds itself in the right environment, at the right time, the right temperature, the right soil depth, the right everything. When it finds itself in the right environment, it's going to go through that process of dying to self so new life can come. And the new life that comes from this seed, you won't even recognize it because it looks nothing like this seed. The same way that a moth goes into its cocoon and you don't even recognize it, a butterfly goes into its chrysalis and comes out a butterfly and you don't recognize it. Some of you guys are scared that you won't recognize the new you, so you're not letting the old you die. You're holding on to the old you. Let me tell you a secret. Let me, Jolene, in close. You're not supposed to be able to recognize the new you. That's the secret. Some of you guys are scared you're not going to recognize the new you, so you're holding on to the old you, refusing to let the old you die. You're not supposed to be able to recognize the new you. All right, guys, that's it for today's show. I'm your man, H Cortez. Hey, if you like the I Am Hustle shirt, then inbox me. It's $15 plus $3 shipping. I get you one of these. Right now, they come in black and white only, but other colors are being designed. $15, just inbox me, and I will give you the PayPal link that you can make your payment to. I Am Hustle. See, hustle is what some people do. Now, hustle is what I am, right? So, and also Monetize My Life Academy. If you guys want to join my membership site and get personal coaching and mentorship from me on how to build a bigger, badder, more robust brand, it's $47 to start, $47 per month. And you get my brand building basics course for free, which is 2.5 hours of me teaching how to build your brand. In addition to all of the blogs and the other exclusive content that you will have access to on that in that membership site. We also have a weekly live stream where I teach. I do a Q&A. You can submit your questions all week long. I answer your questions through live stream via screen share and show you what it is that you need to be doing and how to get things going. So yeah, check out monetizemylifeacademy.com. Till I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up. Oh, really quickly. Also, if you're in the St. Louis area, got a wealth building workshop at Covenant for Life Church. That's 7200 West Florissant this Saturday from doors open at 8. Event starts at 9 till 3. We're going to pour into you how to build wealth from scratch. If you know anybody in the St. Louis area, check for the event on my page, Financial Health Mentor. You'll see the event and you can go get yourself registered for that. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, y'all.